Hey guys, thanks for coming back for another Friday edition of Mommy on Fire. I just wanted to invite you to my living room, and we're just going to chat a little bit each Friday about just a topic that's on my mind. And today, something that I've really been thinking about recently is just being a little more intentional with the kinds of clothes that I'm wearing. Last winter, I found myself throwing on sweats and running shoes and sweatshirts and throwing my hair in a ponytail. And not to say that there aren't some days that I don't do that, because I do. But I found by the end of the day that I just felt frumpy, and I could tell that I just didn't feel good about who I am. And absolutely, my identity comes from Christ. But at the same time, we have a responsibility to take care of ourselves. So this year I'm trying to be a little more intentional about what I'm wearing and making sure that it's something I feel good in. So that being said, I don't believe, too, I need to clarify, I don't believe that we all need to be wearing our pearls and being dressed up every single day like June Cleaver, because that is not who I am either. My husband could tell you that. But at the same time, it's just, again, taking care of us as women. And the last couple of weeks, I've been able to process some conflict between people. God is clearly teaching me something right now, and He's really wanting me to apply the scriptures that I write about, the scriptures that I read, into my daily living. It's sort of like learning how to swim by simply reading a textbook. You just can't do it. You need to learn how to swim by being in the pool. Well, you need to learn how to apply the scriptures by living them. So, as I've been experiencing these periods of conflict between people, I was led to the Colossians 3:12 verse that I'm working on to memorize, but I'm going to cheat for just a minute. As God's chosen people, dearly loved, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourself in compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. And that reminded me that while I might be thinking about what I'm wearing on the outside, and it's making me feel better about who I am and how I represent myself, at the end of the day, the most important thing that I clothe myself in are those 5 virtues. And I have a long way to go and a lot of practice with that. In fact, just this morning we were talking at breakfast, and I was talking about this verse with the kids, and I was giving them examples of what each of these are: compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. And we were talking about gentleness, and I said, well, what if I say to you, go pick up your toys right now? That's not very gentle, is it? And everybody was silent for a minute, because we all knew that that's often how I ask them to clean up their toys. So I have a long way to go in all of that, but particularly when we're dealing with conflict and people who are upset with one another, I think clothing ourselves, our words in compassion, in kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Oh, yes, it's easier said than done. I know that. But if we just stop for a minute and we pray to God to grant us those 5 virtues as we're in tough conversations, I have found in the last couple weeks that it will come, even when you don't think that it will. So that's my little tidbit for the day. I hope you guys are doing well. I love each of you so much. I get such a thrill just by talking to you and the things that you have to say. I learn so much from you. So thank you for reading any words that I might write, for listening to anything that I might have to say. I'm truly humbled by that. And I thank you for stopping by. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.